Hello students, welcome to our YouTube channel Learn Easy. Student, today's topic is ribosome. If you not subscribed my channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon for latest update. Student, what is ribosome? Ribosome, the term ribosome was given by the scientist Palade. Palade was the scientist who introduced the term ribosome. Okay student, it is also called ribonucleoprotein particle. Ribosome is also called ribonucleoprotein particle. Okay, because it is synthesized from the nucleolus, that is why it is also called ribonucleoprotein particle or Palade particle. Palade particles means student, the scientist named Palade was gave the term ribosome, that is why it is considered as Palade particle also. Okay students, first time ribosome was isolated by Claude from cytoplasm. From cytoplasm of the cell, Claude isolate the ribosome, but he gave the term microsome. He used to say microsome. Okay, the term ribosome was given by Palade. Okay, but first time Claude isolates the ribosome from the cytoplasm of the cell and he coined the term microsome for ribosomes. Okay students, ribosome is non-membranous, means it do not have membrane bounded covering as we have seen in mitochondria, in Golgi apparatus, Golgi body. It has membrane bounded covering on it, that is why it is called cell organelles. It is very important for an organelle to have a membrane bounded covering on it. Some cell organelles have double membrane bounded covering like plastids and mitochondria, whereas some organelles have single membrane bounded covering. But ribosome do not have any membrane bounded covering around it, that is why it is not considered to be cell organelle. Okay, ribosome is not considered to be cell organelle students because it do not have any membrane bounded covering over it. Okay students, ribosomes are present in both prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells, means it is present in bacteria, that is prokaryotic cell, and in animal and other eukaryotic cell, but except in mature spores or mammalian RBC. Mammalian RBC and mature spores do not have ribosomes. Okay students, whereas there are some organelle also like mitochondria and plastids which also have ribosomes. Okay, mitochondria have ribosomes and plastid also have ribosomes. Okay, so if we talk about the position of ribosome, it is free in cytoplasm or it is attached to the membrane. Okay, have two subunit, one is large and one is small. This is large subunit student and this is small subunit. Okay, the large subunit is attached to the membrane. I have already told you about position. It is attached to the membrane and free living in the cytoplasm. The large subunit attached to the membrane, suppose this is a membrane of endoplasmic reticulum. We have seen in endoplasmic reticulum, in rough endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes are attached in it. So the large subunit of ribosome is attached to the endoplasmic reticulum through the protein. Which protein? The protein called ribofourin. Ribofourin is the protein which helps the larger subunit to attach to the membrane. Okay, so this is endoplasmic reticulum. This is the membrane of endoplasmic reticulum. The larger subunit get attached to the membrane of the endoplasmic reticulum, means in between this membrane and the ribosome there is a protein that is called ribofourin. Ribofourin is the protein which helps to combine the larger subunit of ribosome to the membrane. Okay student, ribosomes have two subunits. larger and smaller subunit. Larger subunit attached to the membranes, okay, like in rough endoplasmic reticulum we have seen, okay, and smaller subunit are present free in cytoplasm, okay. Once it has to manufacture protein, because ribosomes, if we talk about the function of ribosome, ribosomes are helpful in making proteins. So once ribosome have to synthesize protein, then this larger and smaller subunit conjoined with each other, it comes in contact with each other, it joins with one another and form a complete unit. This is larger unit and this is the smaller unit. This larger and smaller unit combines and form a complete unit of ribosome, okay. So for the attachment, for the attachment of the larger and the smaller unit of ribosome, magnesium ion are responsible. Means for the combination of larger subunit of the ribosome and smaller subunit of the ribosome, magnesium ions are responsible. This is larger subunit and this is smaller subunit. For the attachment of larger and smaller subunit, magnesium ions are responsible. We can say magnesium plays very important role in the combination of larger and smaller subunit, okay. If the concentration of magnesium ion decreases, the two subunit cannot combines, okay. If the two subunit cannot combines, it will not able to synthesize the protein, because what occurs, what happens, the messenger RNA goes from in between these subunit and synthesize the protein. As we know, protein is the polymer of amino acids. Protein is the polymer of amino acids. So once this messenger RNA mRNA, once this messenger RNAs which have a coding on it goes from between these two subunit, larger and smaller, it code for certain types of amino acid, and this amino acid combines with each other to form a long chain, and that is called protein. So how ribosome synthesize protein, we will study in earlier classes in class 11th, okay student. But here we should know a little bit sketch about it, okay. So student, I have talked about the position of the ribosome. Ribosome is it free living in cytoplasm or attached to the membrane, as we have seen in endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum. Have two subunit, larger and smaller subunit. Larger subunit get attached to the membrane and smaller subunit are free. Larger subunit attached to the membrane through the protein called ribofourin, and when the larger and smaller subunit combines with each other, it will be occur only due to the presence of magnesium ion. Magnesium ion is very important for the combination of these larger and smaller subunit, okay. Once this larger and smaller subunit combines, it helps in the synthesis of protein, which is the major function of ribosomes. And where ribosomes synthesize, where these larger and smaller subunits synthesize in the cell, nucleolus, okay students. Now there are two types of ribosomes basically, 70S and 80S ribosome. 70S ribosomes are present in the prokaryotic cell or in certain cell organelle, that is mitochondria or plastids. They have, or at the membrane of ribosome, they have 70S ribosome, and 80S ribosomes are present in eukaryotic cell, except in mammalian RBC or mature spores, okay students. Mature spores and mammalian RBC devoids, it do not have ribosomes. Now this 70S ribosome have two subunit, as we have discussed, larger and smaller. In 70S ribosome, the larger subunit is of 50S and smaller subunit is of 30s. Do not confuse 50 plus 30. It occurs 80, but the ribosome is 70s because it is not the sum of the smaller and the larger subunit. 70s does not resembles the sum of 50s means larger subunit and 38s means smaller subunit. S stands for sedimentation coefficient or Swedberg's constant. S stands for sedimentation coefficient or Swedberg's constant. Okay student, it does not means to sum up. It does not indicate the addition. It does not indicate. Okay. So 70s ribosome consists of larger subunit of 50s and smaller subunit of 30s. Whereas 80s ribosome consists of larger subunit of 60s and smaller subunit of 40s. So this is all about ribosome. What is the composition? Ribosome is basically made up of ribosomal RNA and protein. There are basically three type of RNAs, student. Do not confuse ribosomal RNA, messenger RNA and transferred RNA. Okay, transfer RNA, ribosomal RNA and messenger RNA. There are three types of RNAs. Okay. So here we use messenger RNA and it is ribosomal RNA means RNA which have ribosome. Okay. And then protein. So the combination of composition of ribosome is rRNA, ribosomal RNA and protein. It is synthesized in nucleus, function protein synthesis. Okay student, if you have any doubt, please comment, please write in the comment box. Thank you very much.